The world we live in is filled with question marks, and even more so in the current version we occupy. But one thing that has a large portion of us starting to rebound from a 6-month hibernation, that would be sports. Many high school athletes around the country already lost their senior seasons, and now the next group of seniors is gearing up, hoping they can take the field a few more times. Over at DeSoto High School, the Dragons are gearing up for the football season, and head coach Chris Johnson says, although a wrench was thrown into the normal season prep, it's just good to have the guys back on the field.
The off season is where we've really emphasized the winning comes from, and so our real season really usually begins about December, and we rock and roll December, January, all the way until the start of football. So losing all of that time has really been rough, and so finally being able to, July 1, we were allowed to start coming back in and starting to get to work the guys out a little bit, of course keeping our social distance and so on, but at least getting to see them again. I mean, you just get used to being around them all the time, and then when suddenly you don't see them for, 2 or 3 months, it was rough. So it's been fun getting these guys back in and letting them start to kind of own the team and starting to take over and stuff like that. So it's been good. It's just been good to finally get back out here.
Johnson knows that the situation is tough for everyone and that taking information as it is given is the best way to keep the team ready while also following the correct protocol.
Stay socially distanced apart, please.
It's been tough. There's no blueprint for what anybody's trying to do now. And so, 1 week you're hearing this is what's going to happen, 1 week you're hearing something else. So all you really can do is just kind of go with the information you're being told. If they're telling you, you may or may not be able to have 7-on-7, you're kind of preparing as though you might get to play. Then a week later, you get the information that says you're not going to get to play. So it's really just been more of a, you can't get upset about it. You just have to kind of go with it. So I've kind of learned to just be patient because there is nobody's fault in this situation. Everybody's trying to do their best they can. And so with that same mindset, that's kind of what we've been doing too. Just try to be as flexible as we possibly can.
The Dragons went 4-6 last year and are looking to improve that with this year's team. Senior running back and outside linebacker Dominic Punjani says he sees more leadership in this year's squad.
I think this year we have a lot more of leadership. Like last year we had some good leaders, but they didn't really get on to us about a lot of stuff. And I think this year we're just kind of more keeping it, trying to keep everybody focused.
This group of seniors has been playing football together all of their lives, and the chemistry built up over time is something they believe will be a strength going into next season. But Coach Johnson knows there's a lot of young talent that may leave some question marks.
A lot of these guys have been friends for a very long time. A lot of these guys have known each other for 10 years plus, and they've played football together for a long time. So my skill group is really my older guys that have some playing time, that really this is their team, this is their season. We've just got a lot of, and when I say young, I mean a lot of young guys up front. So I think that the overall tempo has been good. We are going to be faster. We're going to have a lot more guys out there that can run. We've kind of changed some things up to try to kind of fit what we're going to be able to do better this year, which is run. But I do think that the overall feel has been good because these guys really are good friends and they like to have a lot of fun. And just being out here, you probably could see them messing around, but they do it in the right way. It's never where it's taken away from what we're trying to get accomplished, but we do like to have some fun out here.
The battle between offense and defense helps improve this team every day at practice. And each player has their opinion on which side will be better this year. For senior safety Ethan Reissing and Punjani, they know that the defense can be stingy.
But getting out here every day with my boys, Legion of Boom, feels good.
Defense. I think that we can really fly around and get to places that we couldn't before in the past. We've been a kind of slow team, but this year we have a lot of speed in a lot of positions.
The defense will have to rely on speed this year. Johnson knows he's got the talent, but the smaller group on the defensive side of the ball means they will have to be ruthless and fast.
We're going to have to run. We graduated basically all of our size up front. We graduated almost all of our beef. We've got a lot of good-sized kids, but we don't have really any of the bigger-sized kids. So we're going to have to just be nasty. We're going to have to fly to the football. We're going to have to play fast and just hope that we get a lot of bodies to the ball. A lot of gang tackling. We really worked hard on trying to work on the gang tackling and getting 11 hats to it because we're not going to be what we've been the last couple of years, which is pretty big and pretty physical up front at the line. We just don't have those bodies anymore. So we're going to have to kind of change our MO and really just fly to the football this year.
On the offensive side of the ball, the Dragons averaged just over 18 points a game last year, and this year's strength lies in the skill players. Senior wide receiver Levi Fischer knows the room is full of talent, but more importantly, they all know QB1 Ethan Reissing very well.
We're going to be fast. We have a lot of
guys coming back from last year, so I'm excited for that. It's just going to be hopefully a good year with us. We all got good chemistry with him. We've all grown up together and all that, so I'm really excited.
The feel around camp for the Dragons has been upbeat and fun. These kids are happy to get back on the field with their brothers, but they know when it's time to bear down and work, they're ready.
Well, there's a lot. We like to have a lot of fun, but at the same time, when we know it's time to go, it's time to go.
Senior outside linebacker William Rector gives it all for this team, and he expects the same from his teammates. He says that week 1, he's ready to lay some smack down.
Just got to do it for a team. Like, I don't know, you get tired, you suck it up and go out there and play some more. That's why we play a sport. Most excited about to hit people. All off season, I've been ready to just get out there and hit someone, and I can't wait to do that this year.
Johnson says the first couple of games are crucial for this team in finding what style they play.
For us, it's really going to be the first 2 weeks we play segment and we play bluff. So for us, it's about seeing and finding our identity before we start picking up basically our conference schedule. So we're really going to just try to figure out what we can and can't do and what we're going to be good at on both sides of the ball in those first 2 weeks, and then hope that we're, kind of being more or less be better prepared and be ready to go by the time we kind of pick up our conference schedule.
The Dragons take on Seckman in week 1 on August 21st, followed by Poplar Bluff and North County. Reporting for Regional Radio Sports, I'm Stephen Kabler.